Hello, this is Dave. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I've been away for a while. I'm currently training for the Berlin Marathon, so coins have taken a back seat to my training. But what I did do was went to a coin show back in March and submitted some coins to ANAC to get certified. Now these were coins that I just wanted to have certified. They're a little older, and I think they have a little more value to them if they're certified. So got the box today. Let me zoom in a little bit and we can show you what coins I submitted and what I graded them as. So first off, we have the 1759 Austria 1 Pfennig, which I graded as a VF30. 1813 Spain 8 Maravedis, which I graded as a G6. An 1857 5 Ori from Sweden with the curved 5 variety. Then I had an 1866 gold Costa Rica un peso, which I graded as a VF20. An 1876 H Newfoundland 1 cent, which I graded as a VF20. 1900 Russian quarter kopek, which I graded as an MS63. A 1908 China 1 cash, which I graded as an extra fine 45. A 1911 US $2.50 gold Indian, which I graded as an AU58. Mexico 1954 5 centavo with no dot, which I graded as a VF30. 1954 Mexico 5 centavo with dot, which I also graded as a VF30. 1956 Colombia 1 centavo, which is a 2-stem variety. I didn't know this was a variety until somebody pointed it out. I was trying to sell on eBay. He pointed it out. Somebody else sold a similar one for about $30 uncertified. I graded that as an MS64. I had 2 Guatemala coins from 1964, very low mintage. 25 centavos, which was toned, which I graded as an MS64. That's 1964 Guatemala 25 centavo, which I graded as an MS65. And an 1965 Lundy half puffin, which I graded as an MS62. All these coins were ones I wanted to submit because they were low mintages, and I just wanted to submit some coins. So here's the box. So let me go ahead and try to get this opened up here. Find the best way to open it. This is the first time I've made a submission to ANACS, so hopefully it comes out to my benefit. And also going to help me decide how well of a grader I am when it comes to foreign coins. I can grade U.S. coins pretty well up into the MS states. The MS states I kind of get a little bit, I usually undergrade. So let's see, what's the best way to open this box. So let's do this. Seems to be working. There we go. Probably not the right way, but it's working. All right, let's see. All right, let's set these upside down. Turn it over here. Okay, it's in another box. There's some paperwork here. Let's take a look at this paperwork. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Oop, I see a paper. That's never a good sign. All right, so let's start off here. Put these over here to see what the first one is. Look at that, 1911 $2.50 gold piece, which came back as an MS61. Beautiful. Beautiful coin. Now I graded this as an AU58 because I purchased it as an AU coin. So I guess the person I bought it from had it undergraded as well. So they graded this as an MS 61. Nice. I'm happy with that. Next up we have, let's see, oh, this is the gold peso. It's hard to see. Guatemala, or I'm the Costa Rica. Peso. Okay, I graded this one as, this was 1860, as a very fine 20, and it came out as a VF30. Nice. VF30. Go ahead and update that. VF30. Next one we have is the Austria 1 Pfennig. Uh-oh, I think you saw what the grade is. 1759. It's a pretty nice coin there. See, that was great detail on that. And I graded this as a VF30. And see, extra fine 40. This showing this as corroded. Yeah, I do see a little bit of corrosion there. But it's the first time I've ever had one of these coins. It was a really nice coin, so I'm happy with it. So extra fine 40. EF40. Okay, next up we have is the 8 Maravidas. I graded this as a G6. It's got a little bit of corrosion on there. I thought I'd hit this one. This one's probably going to have a corrosion. I do show like corrosion on that, so I'm sure this one's probably going to have some type of corrosion marking on it. Authenticated, and it came back as a VG8. Shows as damaged, and I had it as a G6. Hey, I'll take that. It's a VG8. Next one we have is Sweden 5 Ori. This is my variety with the curved 5. Let me see if I can zoom in on the curve a little bit. You can see a little lip there. This one should have a variety of curved 5. I graded this as a VF20. And they did not identify it. VF30. I did pay to have that identified on here, so I'm going to have to call them and see what they have to say about that. But they came as a VF30, so definitely higher grade than I was expecting. Go to the VF30. Let's see, what's next? We have Canada Newfoundland. This is 1876. It's a nice coin there. I graded this as another VF20. Really nice on that. And they graded it as a VF30. I'm really happy with that. So my grading skills for foreign coins are not that bad. VF30. Let's see what's next. Next is going to be my Russian quarter kopeck, which I graded as an MS63. This one, really nice coin. Picked this one up really inexpensive. It's a beautiful coin, nice color to it, nice copper color, and it came back as an MS64 red brown. Nice. That should be a nice value to that. I was not expecting that. So MS64 red brown. Oh, and then we got, oh, my Chinese coin did not get certified. I'm sad about that. But I did grade this as an extra fine 45. Which I don't know why they didn't grade it. But I'm sad. Let me see. Let me take a look at the paperwork. Okay. It says we do not have a properly sized insert for this coin, which I don't quite understand how they don't, because it's larger than the Russian coin. Let's take a look at the Russian coin. I don't know how they don't have a properly sized coin for that. Interesting. I mean, it's standard sizes. I think it's 17 millimeters, so I'll have to give them a call on that one. So I'll put that one to the side. Put my 5 Ori aside. Let's see what's next here. So next is probably going to be what they pull here. They got my Guatemala. This is going to be my toned one, which I graded as an MS 64. It's really nice there. They called this as an MS64, and they called it MS66. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. MS66. Was not expecting that. MS66. Some beautiful coins. Let's see. So the next one is my other Guatemala. This one I graded as an MS65. Much nicer details, it seems to me. But the toning may have thrown me off a little bit. Look at the 64. Guatemala 25 centavo. This is a low mintage coin. All these coins are low mintage coins. That's another reason I submitted them. Beautiful. I graded this as an MS65. Another MS66. Oh, that's beautiful. MS66 Guatemala 25 centavo, 1964. MS66. All right. Next up is going to be my Columbia variety. Let me see if I can zoom in on the stems. As you can see, it's got 2 stems right there. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a 2-stem variety. Beautiful coin. I graded this as an MS64. And they graded it as an MS65. But they did not put a variety on there. Disappointed on that. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's another coin I'm going to have them look at and figure out why. Let me make sure. Okay, so that's that one's got to get sent back. So they get MS65 for that. MS65. So next I have is my 5 centavo, the no dot variety. And this I graded as a very fine 30. Let me know if you think it's a very fine 30 as well. And they came up with extra fine with no dot. Nice. So it's an upgrade. No dot extra fine 40. Beautiful. So the next one should be the with dot. Let me see. 1954 with dot. There's the dot, little dot right there. I graded this as with the dot VF30 as well. It's got a little corrosion mark there. And they graded it as a 1 centavo. This is not a 1 centavo coin, VF35, and they did not identify it as with dot. So that's 4 coins that I submitted that there seems to be an issue with. Not too happy about that. I mean, I waited almost 3 months for these. VF35. And that's not too good. The last one is going to be my Lundy coin. Now, this is a very low mintage. I think there's only like 3,000 of these coins minted. I grade this as an MS65. Looks like there's a hair in there. And look, somebody's hair is inside the thing. Not too happy with that. Beautiful. It's got a little bit of corrosion mark there. I graded this as an MS62. It was really nice. And they came back as a proof 63. Really nice. I'm happy with that. Proof 63. PF 63. So, all my coins, I had a couple issues. Let's take a look at my grades versus their grades. Let me back out a little bit. Zoom out. So the Fenning came up to VF30. It upgraded to extra fine 40. My 8 Marvellas, my G6 to G8. 57 Sweden 5 Ori with a curved 5 variety. They did not identify. My VF20, it was their VF30. My 1866 Costa Rica, VF20 is their VF30. 1876 Newfoundland, 1 cent, VF20, their VF30. My Russian Kopek, MS63 is their MS64 red brown. My China Cash did not get graded. My US 250, $2.50 was AU58. They graded it as an MS61. Mexico no dot VF30. They graded extra fine 40. My Mexico 5 centavo with dot, they graded as a 1 centavo as a VF35. My Colombia 1 centavo 2-stem variety. Mine was an MS64. Theirs was an MS65. My Guatemala toned, I graded as an MS64. They graded as an MS66. Guatemala 25 centavo, MS65. They graded MS66. And my 1965 Lundy Half Puffin MS62 turned out to be a proof 63. So overall, I was pretty close on my grading. I just got to take these 4, give them a call, because they did not, the Columbia variety, I don't know if you can see that. You can see the 2 stems there. I have to point them out real quick. So 1 2-stem variety, which is not listed in the catalog, but it is a variety. Then the 5 Ori, it's got the curved 5. Oops, I had too much of a glare here. Get rid of that glare. The 5 Ori, you can see the curved 5. They did not identify that one. My Mexico, they marked this as a 1 centavo VF35. This is with dot, as you can see the dot right there. But this is actually a 5 centavo. So it does look like they made a couple mistakes. So for first time submission for ANAC, I would have to give them a B-. Their grades were a little higher than mine. They are the professionals. I am just a new grader to World Coins. I do pride myself on trying to be fair, and hopefully I'll get this sorted out with them. I hope you enjoyed the coins that have shown you. I'll bring them back out. Gold coin. This was my pride. I'm really happy with this one. Got a VF30. And this one's corroded. And see, this one's selling on eBay for $75 in worse condition. So, and Newfoundland. Red brown. MS64. Guatemala 66. And there's 66. And the last two, like Puffin. And Mexico without scent. Well, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoy the coins. Please let me know your feeling about ANAC and how I can see why they are the third ranking coin certification company. Apparently they do make mistakes. They're all human. So let me give them a call, find out what's going on, and hopefully I'll get this rectified. Once again, thank you for watching my video. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.